Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Cortland Cullen, and I am a freshman at Kennesaw State University. I live in Georgia, and I am one of three girls in my untypical and loving family. Today, I would like to share with you all how I spent 4 days in my unforgettable place called New York City. My 4-day trip to New York with my family was one of the most eye-opening and grand experiences of my life. First, I would like to share with you all how my family got the opportunity to travel to a place as marvelous as New York City. My dad played in the National Hockey League for over 12 years. He played for 4 different teams before he had to stop his career due to him battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Playing for several different NHL teams and coaching, my dad was able to make a connection and form several friendships in the hockey industry. One of those friendships being the head coach of the NHL hockey team, the New York Rangers. After spending a lot of time together, my dad and Quinny, the head coach, realized that they played together in college. The two of them became inseparable. I would definitely consider him a part of our family. My dad and Quinny talk on a regular day basis. While we were sitting at the dinner table eating one night, Quinny called my dad and asked him what my family's plans were for the last weekend of January and the beginning of February. My family discussed and concluded that we had no plans. Quinny gave us the exciting news that he would be inviting us to the New York Rangers hockey game. Of course, my family accepted the invitation. We were all so excited for the trip that my parents decided to make it a 4-day trip instead of one, so we could explore the entire city instead of just visiting the hockey game. As the next 3 weeks slowly went by, it was finally time for our family to head to the airport to fly to New York City. We landed our flight from Atlanta at 9 p.m. Our chauffeur for the trip took us to the hotel we were going to be staying at, which was actually walking distance from Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers would be playing in a couple of days. Immediately after unpacking our things and getting settled, my family went to the restaurant that was on the rooftop of the hotel, overlooking the city. We met with the rest of our family that flew in from Canada that was invited on the trip as well. We ate and socialized until about 12 in the morning, catching up with family members that we had not seen in what has felt like years. The next morning, my family and I woke up with a very busy schedule ahead of us. The girls had a separate schedule from the boys. The girls decided to spend the day shopping in Times Square. We treated ourselves to lunch at the Hard Rock Cafe and then shopped some more. After shopping, we decided to take a subway to Chinatown. The men on the trip had a very busy day as well. They met Quinny at Madison Square Garden where the Rangers would be practicing. They were able to play some hockey with the players and get their autographs as well. The following day, we had a private tour of the entire city. Our first stop on the tour was the 9/11 Memorial Museum. According to biography.com, the Memorial Museum encompasses 111,000 square feet of space. Also, both the 9/11 Memorial and the museum occupy about 8 acres of the original Trade Center site. Lastly, to get to the main exhibition space, visitors descend to the bedrock alongside the Vesey Street stair remnant known as the Survivor Stairs, where hundreds escaped 9/11. After the 9/11 Memorial, we went to the Empire State Building. According to CNN, the Empire State Building was built in March 17, 1930, only taking 12 months to build. Also, the B-25 bomber crashed into the Empire State Building in 1945. Lastly, visitors can see 80 miles into New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts from the observation floors. The last place we visited on the tour was Central Park. According to Angelica Henry, Central Park is the most visited urban park in the United States. Additionally, Central Park receives around 42 million visitors annually. Later in the evening, everyone got ready after resting from a very long day and met up for dinner. Quinny surprised us all with a private dinner with him, the rest of the coaches, and a few of the team players. It was such an amazing time being able to have conversations with the players and have insight on what it is like to be an NHL player. Quinny and the rest of the staff of the New York Rangers provided my family with a private suite, so we had the best views of the game. The game was the best sporting event I have ever been to in my entire life. The energy was incredible, and the fans were so supportive of the players. The Rangers ended up winning the game, and my family and the staff of the Rangers, along with the players, went out to a restaurant to celebrate their win. Finally, now all of you have an insight of why my trip was so unforgettable for me. I believe New York is a place every person should visit in their lifetime, and if they don't, then they are missing out on something amazing. New York is an extraordinary place that gives families and friends the opportunity to make unforgettable memories while experiencing the free living culture. My trip to New York made me open my eyes and realize that I want to do something with my life. I want to see the world and make the most of the time that I have. Life is so short, time is precious. Do you live your life to the fullest? Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed my speech about my unforgettable trip to New York City.